So you started a photography business and you figured out how to make money from your passion, but you don't know how to price your services. And the task alone just seems so daunting to you because you know you have to do it and it's super important. And after all, time is money. Well, in this video, I am going to show you how to price your photography in 2024 for beginners. So forget everything you know or don't know and let's get into it. Number 1, research the market. Now, what does that entail? Well, you have to look at what other photographers in your area and niche are currently charging right now. This will give you a good baseline for your standard rates, where to start at least. However, remember that prices can vary based on experience, skill level, and the uniqueness of the work. So, not everyone who charges a certain amount in your area means you should charge the same exact thing if you work a totally different niche and so forth. However, if you are in the same niche, it is a good basis to look at. So do your research. Number 2, consider your target market. This is equally important because you need to understand the spending capacity and the preferences of your target market. Whether you're doing luxury wedding photography, whether you're doing branding photography and headshots, all of these will be priced differently than family portraits for a local community. So you need to figure out who your target market is. Who is your ideal client to work with? And what does their spending habits look like? What is their budget? How much will they spend on this type of photography and the services that you are offering? Identifying and defining your target market is a crucial step in figuring out the pricing of your photography services and in establishing a successful photography business. Because understanding your audience helps you to tailor your services, marketing, and communication strategies to effectively reach and appeal to potential clients. So, in order to even do that, you first have to figure out what your specific photography niche or specialty is. What do you specialize in? What is your photography niche? Once you figure out that, then you can figure out your ideal client profile. And then once you have that locked in and you know who your ideal client profile is, then you're going to look at demographics. And when we talk about demographics, that can mean things like their age, their gender, their location, their income level, their occupation, what they do for work, their hobbies, their interests, and their budget, most importantly. So you know how much they would spend on your services and why. Once you have all of this down, then we come to step number 3, where we start to understand your cost. What cost are we talking about? Remember this acronym, CODB, cost of doing business. What is the cost of everything that it entails for you to run and maintain your photography business? We're talking camera body, lens, lights, computer to edit off of, whether it's a desktop or a laptop. We all need something to edit our photos on. We also need external hard drives to be able to store our photos, because we don't want to put them or store them directly on our computers or our laptops. And then we also have subscriptions, monthly subscriptions for our editing software, such as Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Photoshop, that we pay every month. You also need to consider the time it takes you to shoot and the time it takes you to edit. And then there's studio rental costs. If you ever rent out a studio for photo shoots, you need to also include that in your cost as well. Also, your host to host your website, you have to pay a monthly subscription for that. And then we have CRM, customer relationship management. So for this, many people use things like Honeybook. That is also a monthly subscription. In order to keep all your invoices, contracts, all of that will be handled in your CRM. All your client communication should be held within that, and your clients and all their information organized, and to keep your business organized, really. And then we also have another subscription where we're able to send galleries to our clients, photo galleries for our clients with sites like PicTime. And that is also another monthly subscription. And another thing is email marketing. If that's not already included in your CRM, then that would be an additional cost. We also have travel expenses, the gas we put in our car to fill up to get to and from shoots and back home. And then if you are a travel photographer or you just travel outside of state, you also have to include your travel expenses for that flight. So you need to include everything that entails running your business. You need to keep track of the cost of that, as well as marketing your business, which is a whole nother ballgame. And then you also have to think about insurance for your business, which is super important. And then, of course, taxes, your 1040, because you have to pay back taxes since you are self-employed. Next, we have number 4. We have to consider your experience and portfolio. So as far as experience goes, you will fall in one of 3 buckets: either total beginner, intermediate, or professional. So you have to be honest with yourself and see exactly, based on your experience, which category you will fall in. Depending on which bucket you fall in, then you can charge as such. If you're a total beginner, you want to start low and then gradually raise your prices as your experience increases. But not too low, where it's below the average in the area, and then at that point you'll be lowballing yourself. So within reason. But building your portfolio is key to gaining more experience and to be able to charge more eventually. Our next step, number 5, is we have to decide on a pricing model. What does this mean? Well, there's several different pricing models to choose from. Some do hourly rate, some do per project rate, and some do day rates. It's important to know the difference. For hourly rates, you charge by the hour, and that would include both shooting and editing, basically the time you spend on the project. And then per project rate is basically just a flat rate for the entire project. This works well, especially for events or specific photo shoots. And then you have day rate. It's a set fee for a full days of work. This is often used in commercial and event photography, and some even do half a day rate. But tend to notice that many beginners start with hourly rates, which I'm not knocking them for it, but it's probably my least favorite pricing model. My particular preference is actually per project rate, because every project is different, but having at least a flat rate for the particular type of shoot works well for me and for my clients. So after you figure out your pricing model, photographers typically will create packages to simplify the decision-making process for your clients. Often you'll find once you start a photography business, many potential clients will come to you and the first question they will ask, besides your prices or your rates, is, what packages do you offer? So they can know what is entailed in the photo shoot that they're wanting. They know what to expect, what they can get, and if it's worth their money and investment. Having packages makes it very clear and streamlined for them to see everything. And usually, typically, will have these packages outlined on your website so that it makes it very simple and easy for your clients to see and to know what is included, what you have to offer, what you bring to the table. For example, a wedding photography package might include 8 hours of coverage, a set number of prints, and a photo album. That's just one example, but you always want to make sure that you tailor your packages to different needs and budgets. Number 6 is legal considerations. You want to consider everything you have to do legally to ensure that your pricing strategy complies with local business laws and tax requirements. Lastly, number 7, the last step is you want to review and adjust regularly. As your skills and reputation grow and your business grows, you want to revisit your pricing time to time, periodically throughout the year, and definitely every year. And most photographers tend to raise their prices every year. Their business is constantly evolving and offering more. They need to be able to charge as such. And we also always want to value our work. So making adjustments based on feedback, experiences, and changes in the market is going to really be really helpful to you and your business. All in all, pricing is not just about covering your costs or matching your competitors or competing with other competitors, but really it's about the value you provide for your clients and how you are able to serve them. And It's okay to start with a simple pricing structure and refine it as you gain more insight into your business and clientele. So you just learned how to price your photography services, but that's only one part of the pie. What if you're starting from zero and you need to figure out how to build a photography portfolio from scratch? Well, click on this video right here to learn how to do that.